Indiana Jones has been a cultural fixture since Raiders of the Lost Ark hit cinemas in 1981, and his video game history is a mixed bag. One classic, Fate of Atlantis, plenty of misfires, and a long wait for something worthy of the character. Machine Games, the studio behind the Wolfenstein series, takes its shot here with a blockbuster adventure now available on Switch 2. But does it finally do indie justice? We put it through its paces to find out. Set in 1937, the story picks up after a break-in at Marshall College sends Indy to Vatican City, where he teams up with journalist Gina Lombardi and stumbles onto a conspiracy surrounding a geographical phenomenon called the Great Circle. The Nazis want it, naturally, and so begins a globe-trotting chase through Egypt, Siam, Iraq, Rome, and beyond. The plot is well-paced, and the production value is sky-high throughout. This is a first-person adventure, with a generous main campaign of 15 to 20 hours, built around exploration, combat, and archaeological puzzles. Each location functions as a hub with its own identity, side quests, and collectibles that reward thorough players. The Order of the Giants DLC adds another 5 hours, though it's sold separately. Combat is where the game really delivers. Indy fights the way you'd expect, loud, messy, and improvised. You can knock out enemies with bottles, guitars, hammers, fly swatters, or a paintbrush, which is as absurd and satisfying as it sounds. His whip disarms enemies cleanly, and guns are available but deliberately scarce, making every firefight feel earned. Stealth is usually the smarter approach, since triggering an alarm brings a lot of heat fast. Troy Baker's performance as Indy deserves real credit. He goes well beyond mimicry and grounds the whole experience. The sound design and John Williams-inspired score hold up their end too. The weak spot is the item selection system, which becomes genuinely irritating mid-combat when you're frantically cycling through items and accidentally eating a snack instead of applying a bandage. On higher difficulties, fights can drag. Auto-parry and other accessibility options help, but it's a notable rough edge. On Switch 2, the game runs at a locked 30 frames per second at 1080p docked and 720p handheld, with DLSS doing its job quietly in the background. Some texture pop-in appears in open areas, but frames stayed stable throughout. Playing a game this ambitious in handheld mode is genuinely impressive, even with the visual trade-offs. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is a confident, well-crafted adventure that gets the character right. The combat is crunchy, the exploration is rewarding, and Troy Baker carries the whole thing convincingly. The item management in fights is frustrating, and the Switch 2 port makes some visible compromises, but neither issue undermines what is otherwise one of the better action-adventure games in recent memory. For more, check out our reviews of Directive 8020 or Mixtape. Thanks for watching.